quite unsuccessful. So all this brings us to some questions which are important to you. Questions like, could this happen to Sebago Lake? Could this happen to South Portland? So I want to take a quick step backwards and talk about tar sands. Tar sands is dug out of the ground as a semi-solid, semi-liquid material.
That determined that proximity is not any greater with oil sands crude than comparable heavy crudes. And of course, oil by its nature is not corrosive. What's corrosive would be water that comes with the oil, or sand that would come with the oil. But of course, that is removed before the oil goes through the pipeline. Nobody's interested in transporting sand or water. As committed as the United States to reducing greenhouse gas emissions, we've committed to a 17% reduction of greenhouse gas emissions between 2005 and 2020. And we're about halfway there, much of that coming from reductions of emissions from coal plants, which are taking offline. So I want to assure you that Canada and Alberta are committed to being environmentally responsible. About 1 million of us come to visit you in Maine each year as tourists, and many to Portland, obviously. And I think there are about 60 Canadian companies here in the state of Maine employing some 6,300 people. So I'll wrap it up by saying that we are each other's best customers. We're close friends. We are America's strongest ally.
And as part of extraction, what they do is they basically scrape the boreal forest off the land. They call it overburden, and then they process it. As part of that process, the toxic effluent that's produced as a result of the processing goes into these massive, massive tailings. They're so big and you can see them from space. They leak hundreds of thousands of barrels of toxic effluent into the Athabasca River on a daily basis. This is
toxins going before they say it's the same together, but one thing they did leave this out and talking about was all the chemicals, as they pointed out, that are put in that oil to transport it through the pipeline. They talk about the sand and the water being taken out. So